Okay, here we go. What up, world? Yeah, it's your boy Jay Black. Every day I'm grinding the greatness. I'm a goal getter. Let's get straight to it. I'm excited. Yeah. Now the guests I got in the building today got them 3 words coming again. I'm excited. Yeah. So welcome to the Goal Getter podcast with Jay Black. Now for the new viewers and listeners, goal getter. What's a goal getter? Glad you asked. My logo sums up my message. One finger to the brain, one to the sky. So I'm saying this with the right mindset, you go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal getter. I'm a goal getter. Success is the only option. Everything about my guest today says success is the only option. Now, got to ask y'all this question. Have y'all been doing the mental exercises? For those new to the Go Getter podcast with Jay Black, what's the exercises? Well, as you know, we live in a very cold, dark world, and people are quick to tell you what you can't do. So I feel it's very important that you be the first person to speak life into yourself every single day. So these exercises are a great way to start the day. So when you first wake up, I need 3 positive thoughts. I'll share a few of mine with you. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be a great husband. Be a great father. Now, this is when you first wake up. You can do more than 3. You got to at least do 3. Now, from there, you should be going to the restroom, brushing your teeth, washing your face. If not, we have a problem. But while you're in the restroom, look at that person you see in the mirror. I need positive affirmations. Say, I am great. I am a winner. Success is the only option. Now, I love y'all. I don't want to look out for y'all, so I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you got kids, you might want to tone it down. I got cussed plenty of times, because I woke my son up. I'm ranging from 17, 11, 8, and 4. Okay, so when my son was a little younger, 4 and 10 in the morning, it's not good to be like, I am great. I am a winner. It's not a good look. Your wife going to cuss you out. You're going to get cussed out. So I'm going to give you the alternate version too. So you can be like, I am great. I am a winner. Success is the only option. That's going to keep you in the bedroom. Yeah, I didn't got kicked out the bedroom a couple times because of my energy. So keep 100 with y'all. Now, also, I got to shout out my mentoring program, Go Get It Academy. Big shout out to my young kings and young queens. Definitely doing a great job. With Go Get It Academy, we focus on mental health, leadership development, entrepreneurship, goal setting, financial literacy, community service. But we do something called a behavior ranking. So every week, they give me a number, 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being great. With Goal Getter, it's a mindset, it's a way of life. So they can't just be a goal getter with me. They have to be that at school and at home. As far as at home, they already know what their chores are. So they shouldn't be having to be told to do their chores. So I want to shout out this one of our young kings. He's got a 10 plus. So he gives me a number. Then before our weekly meeting, virtual meeting, the parent sent me the numbers. So this parent has given Jeremiah Burney a 10 plus for the past month. So definitely want to shout out Jeremiah Burney. Keep up the great work, young king. Now we got to get to our guest, Seneca Wilson. So Seneca is on a mission to empower young students to overcome barriers in their life by using sports, hip-hop, inspiration, and poetry to ensure college career readiness and success. He has released his new book, Turn On Your Light, Finding the Light Within, and is committed to helping others be great. So Seneca, say what's up to the people.
I only got 3 words for you. I'm excited. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So my guy's in the building. So to get a quick background, I believe that everything happens for a reason. So during the pandemic, I decided to invest in a speaker program. I was doing a lot in my city, but you know what? There's a quote. I love this quote. It says, a smart person learns from their own mistakes, but a wise person learns from other people's mistakes. Now, you're going to make mistakes, be smart. But there's so many mistakes that people like in our lane, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Jeremy Anderson, that they made that we don't got to make because we can get the game from them. So I decided to invest in my craft. And Seneca decided to invest in this craft. And that's our connection. We're in a great community called Next Level Speakers Academy. So that's where I met this guy. And Seneca, I want to dive right into it. I think hopefully you got something for us because I heard when I was like, woo, this dude got a problem. So you notice when I introduced him, I said, poet.
Uh-oh. It's frozen. Hello? Oh, man. Is it just me? What's going on, everyone?
All right, we back. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we lost each other. Hey, you know what? We had a little obstacle, right? Nothing stopping us. We back. So, yeah, if you got something for us, I would love to start it off with a poem.
Ooh. This is a what kind of show is this?
Let's go get a podcast with Jay Black. So let's focus on goals. So I know you got
inspiration. Okay, I got you. Here, let's go. All right, I got you. You have 18,632 days left on this earth. What are you going to do with the rest of them? While you sit there and contemplate life, the earth is constantly spinning on its axis in time. Stops for no one. Are you going to let these days, these hours, these minutes just pass you by? Because if you want something, go get it. Wake up to life with a purpose, knowing that the morning never escapes the sun. Allow determination to creep through your blinds to remind you that hope will be waiting for you at your doorstep. So walk with confidence, hand in hand with faith, placing one foot in for the next, not knowing if these steps will be your last, but you are willing to die to get it right this time. I want you to live life with passion. Leave your legacy behind for someone to find your steps to greatness. And remember that there is no success without sacrifice, and more doors will close than open, and always be prepared for an opportunity. Because success is only inches, moments, or seconds away. Do it now, right now, because you have 18,632 days left on this earth. And I ask you, what are you going to do with the rest of them?
Come on, hey, that's how you start a podcast off right there. That's what's up, man. So yeah, you definitely gifted with words, bro. So I know when you poet, you know you got a few different styles and different arenas as far as poetry, but I want to start there because words. When did you realize you were gifted with words?
Man, that is really a really good question. I didn't know until I was trying to be a part of this R&B group, right? My friends said, hey, we're going to start an R&B group. I'm like, all right. And see, I had a problem. I couldn't sing. But I really wanted to be a part of this group. I wanted to be a part of this group. So I said, you know what? I'm going to write the songs. And so I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. But at the same time, my first song I wrote was a really, really good song as a teenager in junior high. So, and so ever since then, I felt like, man, I had a way with words. And so after that, it just, my songs started turning into poetry. And, people knew I was good with words. They started asking me to write a poem for them, for their girlfriend and all of that good stuff. So I kept writing. And then like 20 something years later, you work on something long enough, you're probably going to become pretty good at it,
That's right. And I think right there, that's a big jewel. You just said, you dropped so many jewels actually in your poem, but if you work at it long enough, see, a lot of times people don't reach their blessings because the thing is, air, we can't see it, but we know it's there, right? So people tend to, they can't see it. They can't see it. They just stop, not knowing that it's right. You're right there, but you give up too early. And then they don't reach the blessing. Then people tend to be bitter and miserable when they see somebody else doing what they want to do. And I think I want to touch on that because I think in today's world, it's a lot of people that have dreams, but they don't want to put the work in. And definitely the social media age, they see people doing what they do, then the thing called hater comes up. So let's talk about even the courage or what was in you that kept you going just on words. Because it led to you becoming who you are today. But what kept you going? To even keep 20 years, what kept you even going in this lane?
Well, let me go back real quick. I don't think I've ever shared this story, but when I was in high school, right? And I used to do poetry, And so I stayed in the hood. So I got some hard friends. Some like, you know, they jank. They talk about me really bad anyway. And
Right.
so I always try to try it out with my friends. I say, hey, can y'all listen to this? And you know, they never want to hear it. But all of a sudden, they would listen, I would finish, and then they just start busting out laughing and like making jokes about me and stuff. I'm like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? But I noticed that like either one or two people will actually come to me afterwards and say, man, that was dope. That was really good.
Right.
Yeah. And so I see how words play a part in people's lives. As a poet, it's our responsibility to speak for other people, because the thing about it is we are able to put things or words in the right order for something that you've been struggling with. You know, people have been having suicidal thoughts and they've been trying to figure out what it is to help them get better. And somehow poets are able to put all of that in this art form, say it, and then give that person that answer. Can save a person's life because of the words that you put together. Like, words are rotated, you know, all throughout the day. And people don't really gravitate to them until they hear it differently. And so when poets put their words together and be able to like, hey, do poetry slams, do spoken word venues, they hear it for the first time, even though they have already heard it. Most people will hear it for the first time and they will get their answer. And so that's why I love and why I continue to write, because I know that my words have a story. I have a story to tell, and I know the effect that my words can have on other people. And so I try to always heal with everything I do.
Okay, great. So I want to fast forward as far as you've been 12 years. You actually been in the educational space, right?
Yeah. So a little bit over 16 when you talk about graduate school. You know, I spent 3 years in graduate school. And so I think I'm going on 13 years as a professional. So, but yeah, I've been in there for a long time developing young people. Man, it's a great space to be in because I see those students. They're just like me when I was going to college, trying to figure out life, and you just need some type of guidance. And it's great to be able to develop those students, to be able to see that they can come to you for any type of advice or guidance in that nature. So,
right there, I want to stay there because I know my experience. It was a wow factor when I started to go into schools. Now, you being consistently there, and I used to seeing a man look like us, you know. So let's talk about the reaction and the gratification you do get, as far as you just being in your field. And I know you're in Alabama, and I don't know if there are a lot of teachers that look like you in your space, but let's talk about that.
No, you're absolutely right. There's still not a lot of us, but at the same time too. Where I'm at UAB, we're a very diverse campus, and I think that you can get the resources you need here at UAB. Now, it's not always like that, right? It's not always like that at other universities where you go somewhere and you're looking for somebody to say, hey, I want you to mentor me. And first of all, you never are engaged with that person. You don't see them at events or whatever. That's more of the bigger issue now, is to be able to know the people that you can go to and get outside of your box. A lot of professional staff, they don't get outside of their box to put themselves in a position for a student to approach them and say, hey, man, I really admire you. I want to learn some things. I'm hoping that you can give me some advice to help me with certain things. And students have to feel comfortable. They have to be around you. And so, but if you're never around, or you never get outside of your office, or you never go to any of these events, it's very hard for them to feel comfortable to come up to you and ask you about that.
I think the powerful component with you, because of you knowing that, you being in that space, deciding to step in this lane as far as inspirational speaker, motivational speaker, is your background. So from both sides. That's powerful. So I want to know, take me to the day that you say, you know what, I want to actually be a motivational speaker. What happened, or who did you see, or is it a situation that happened? Take me to that day.
Okay, yeah, it's in my book, Turn on Your Light, as well, too, the story about that. But that first line you heard, you have 18,632 days left on this earth. What are you going to do with the rest of them? Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, I was at a conference. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough is a motivational speaker out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's a professor at Clark Atlanta. And man, he gave this presentation, and that was the first thing he said, right? And from that point, I mean, he's so captivating. Oh my goodness. From the first words out of his mouth, you can hear the silence in the room. And so I am from the projects. I never had any goals. You're talking about goals and Goalgetta. I didn't, my only goal was to go to college and graduate. That was it. And so when he spoke and he talked about, you got to do something with your life. And he interviewed all the Black great professionals. What did they do to get to where they are? He interviewed so many people, and he was sharing all of that knowledge and basically challenging us to be better than what we are. And so at that point, I realized that I got to do something with my life. I have to actually I have to do something after graduation. And so he turned on my light. He gave me the aha moment I was looking for. And ever since that day, and even though I didn't really go into motivational speaking right then, I always knew I wanted to be able to impact someone where when I spoke to them or am I in their presence, I'm able to help them turn on their light and go get what they want out of life. And so that was the moment. It was probably like 2003, I believe it was. But I really didn't start this journey until about last year at like serious. When you talked about investing and believing in yourself, I can tell you one thing: you will believe in yourself when you invest in yourself. And at that conference, we went to the Jeremy Anderson's Next Levels Academy conference. And one guy got on stage and he said, it's easy for some people to quit because they haven't invested enough. It's like a lot of people, it's like, if you quit what you really want to do, it's because you haven't invested enough into what you believe in. And so, and that's the reason why I took that jump, because I needed to actually believe that this was the space for me. And so I took the jump, man, and I'm glad I did. I've been grinding, man, just like yourself.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me to actually be able to touch and conversate with Jeremy and see how he's living, actually doing it, I think that's the biggest component for me, because I've been connected, been following, a few guys, the big names for a while on social media and everything like that, but actually being able to interact with him. I think something priceless about Next Level Speakers Academies also is that he actually sitting on one of his speaking engagements. So this guy really has a heart to really pure and serve and really give it a game, let us know that if you want to put in the work, key thing, put in the work, what is possible, because he breathed. I look at all of them, anybody that's great in this lane, that they breathe the same air as me. Some say, if they can do it, I can do it. But you make it bigger than you. I'm just committed to changing lives. You know what I'm saying? So I'm passionate about that. When you make it bigger than you, easy to stay motivated. Like with me, I'm conscious. People are like, how you just so excited all the time? There's a few pressure points I talk about in my book, Goals Get Direction. But the biggest thing is that I understand, I'm conscious of the fact 151,000 people die every day. That's 151,000 dreams cut short. So I understand every day I wake up is to give. So I feel it's disrespectful to God if I don't open up my gift with passion. So I want to maximize every second of my day, every single day. I'm very passionate about that. I'm a goal getter when I step into the world, at home. And something I want to highlight that's very important, that you look at two married men right now with kids. I think that's powerful. That's powerful. Yes, you're looking at two married men with kids. You know what I'm saying? So you got 3, right?
I have 3. Whew.
Okay, I got four. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, Seneca. You know, my last one was a boy, but I wasn't stopping until I got that boy. I'm a go-getter. So I mean, if I ended up at 7, I mean, I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? But God knew I was crazy because He made me. So He's like, you know what, I'm gonna give him a boy right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what's up.
Hey,
Okay, so
well,
go ahead.
No, I wasn't
No,
going to stop. I wasn't going to stop until I had a girl too. So I got my girl.
Okay, so yours is the other way around. Okay, so I want to ask you this: how did your wife feel about that, though?
Oh, she was good until this was going to be the last one for her. She said if you want another one, you better go somewhere else.
Right. See, I was so cocky, and it was funny. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, my wife was like, if this ain't it, well, I'm telling you right now, I'm having a son. You know what I'm saying? So she was on that. I'm having a son. So, I mean, hopefully it's right here. You know what I'm saying? I love you, baby, but I'm having a son. And I was so cocky. You know, I got a hoodie on today, but I got Jamar Jr. tatted on me like a year before he was even born. Now, I was speaking it. I was speaking it. I wrote it down. I was writing like for a couple years. I wrote his name down. I'm big on goals and writing things down. So, yeah, I was speaking it for real. So, it was kind of funny because I got a story when I had 2 other guys that had 3 girls. And it was like, man, you crazy for trying again at the church. So I'm like, they're like, you know what? If you have this boy, we jumping back in. And when I had it, they couldn't believe it. They're like, man, but no, we done though. We done though. But that's what's up though. You had it for it though. But yeah, man, I think right there I want to talk. I don't know if you believe in this, but you did kind of mention it. I believe in speaking things into existence. The power of the tongue, is so powerful. So powerful. But the one thing about that, a big component that a lot of people miss is that, you can speak, but make sure you put action behind your words and be consistent with it. You got to understand that our timing and God's time is different. So I want to know your views on really the process, because you said that Kimbro, he actually turned on your light. So I'm thinking that's the inspiration to you titling your book, Turn on Your Light. Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I want to know about that process of your book, because me being an author, hey, it was a process. I went through a lot. So I want you to talk about the process, because people see end goal, they see you with the book, and they're like, yeah, that's what's up, but it's a process. So talk about the process.
Yeah, I appreciate that question. It is a process, and the thing about it, the biggest process is to write. Most people want to write a book, but it's in their head, and most books stay in your head, stay in other people's head or in their own head for a very, very long time. And so I was determined to get mine out. Now, the thing about it, you just got to commit to writing as much as you want to write. Now, I'm going to tell you, this book right here, I mean, if you go back to it's been over 5 years of writing. But that was the timeline that I was like, well, it's going to happen when it happens. But what really got me able to start actually finishing it was when we started shutting down. And so I'm like, wow. I already had so many pages of just writing. There was no coordination. There was no organization to it. It was just me writing my thoughts, principles, ideas of things that I believe in. And then when we shut down for COVID, I was able to start organizing that and finding out what am I missing, what are the transitions and things of that nature. But the process, you got to be dedicated to the process, because first of all, you probably want to speak to someone. Like you said earlier about Jeremy Anderson, understanding their bumps and bruises. Go to someone, and this is what I do now too. First of all, let me finish that thought. Go to someone that has had those bumps and bruises, and so they can give you that advice to get you away from those things that will, delay your book. Because it's so important that if you don't know how to do an ISBN number, you don't know how to copyright, you don't know how to, where to find an editor, how to go get a book layout person, a book designer, you're going to spend a lot of time doing things that you could have already learned through someone else. Use those resources. Mentor. Yeah, use those resources. And so my biggest thing is try to cut down the time. But you will never get the book if you don't write. And I think that's the biggest hurdle, is that people don't write today. 3 days a week. If that's what you want to, if you want to do 1 day a week, stay committed to what you say you're going to do. But the process is you asked the question, the process is tough, but read a book, find the resources out there that will help you with that process to help you get to that. And I am doing consultations for people that want to publish and write a book. So if you're out there, go to my website. It's free resource, and you can sign up with me, and I give you the game.
And that's powerful. And I think one thing that's with me, I'm big on time. You know, it's 86,400 cents a day. I don't believe in wasting time. So I was blessed also with the shutdown. With the shutdown resources, I definitely, like it's another guy, Sean Blanchard. I invested in Next Level Speakers Academy, and I've been wanting to write a book. And my only motivation really to write a book is because it opened up more opportunities as far as a speaker, as far as opportunities. So I was just watching the different few people I was watching, something about how it could take you to a different level as a speaker. So I was like, you know what, I got to write a book. You know, so Sean Blanchard has something called University of Moguls. You know, so he actually gives you a blueprint of how to write the book, and this saved me so much time. So I actually, my guy, shout out to my guy. I don't know if y'all related, but Denny Wilson. I don't know if you're related to Denny Wilson. It's kind of funny. Yeah, both light skinned. He from Akron though. But Denny Wilson, this guy wrote, when the pandemic happened, he wrote like, I was just starting. It was him that referred University of Moguls to. He wrote like 3 books. I'm like, dang, he knocked out 3. One of our meetings, our Google meetings, I'm the mastermind meetings. I'm like, wow, I'm procrastinating. Let me get to it. So once I got to it, I actually wrote my book. I got it done, everything within actually 3 months. But he gives you a specific layout, detail how to do everything. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, one thing that's costly though, and I think it's good to have a sense of urgency, but you also got to be patient. His editor was taking a while, and I really had a goal that I wanted to release my book. So I went with somebody, but they weren't really official, you know. And I didn't know. I thought it was good enough. I think everything else. But so when my book came out and I sent it to my mentor, as far as in the author space, he's like, everything with you, you know, was on point. You know, over the top. This isn't it. I was about to send the book to schools. He was like, your layout needs to be. You need to get a professional your layout. You know. So I was like, you know what? You're right. You only got one time to make a first impression. So I'm glad I have to send like 50 books to educators across our sides. You know what? I paused everything. So I'm really, I wasted a lot of money though. I got a lot of books that I was about to send off. So it was a painful lesson, but at the same time, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad I was wise enough to listen, you know. So I'm still, today we just approved my new version as far as the layout. So that'll be coming soon. Then I'll be able to get back to it. So I had to pause everything. So, but once again, I shared that story because I don't want you to make the same mistake that I did. You know, it's very important to follow through. And then when you got a system, everything laid out, just sometimes you got to take your time. It's not so much about the deadline. All the goal is really to impact and make an impact on lives. So if you want things to be all the way a certain way, you need to take your time, just get it done the right way. So I think that was definitely important in my process, and it's been killing me actually because I can't promote my book because it ain't all the way there. So I'm having to pause and talk about it. When it's like 5 months.
Well, listen, no, that you raise a great point, right? I want to speak on this real quick. First of all, hey, you're probably not losing any money compared to what you're about to make, right? Anyhow, this is the reason why you want to talk to someone and get the resources, because you can, like you said, you're wasting a lot. You know, I'm gonna say wasting, but you're spending a lot of time going back to correct things that you probably could have did in the beginning. Now, book layout is so important because of the personality of your book. A lot of people just put words on there, and the thing about it is, you need your book to speak for you. Like, what type of personality is the book bringing? Because the book has to speak and the words have to jump off the page. And so I think that is so important. That's the reason why I went and got because I have 3 books. I have a poetry book that I published, and I did the layout. And it was the worst thing I did. People
Wow.
like,
Wow.
why did you do all of these fonts? And I was like, well, I thought it looked really nice. Get someone
Right at the time.
professional to do the layout, and that will save you a lot of headache moving forward. But also the editor, make sure when you have an editor, they know your personality too. They know your humor. They know who you are, so they don't change your voice of the book, because that will take away from the book as well. So, but
I
great
think
point.
that was dope with the I think that was dope something too, because I went back and forth with Tracy with the editor that's just doing it now, and I'm looking at what it was then, and now I'm like, wow, it's a whole different level. And I actually hired a professional, but they wasn't really out. There's levels to it. So now I'm looking at the layout now and the editing they did, and I had to go back and forth and know my personality, because I wanted certain things to be a certain way. You can't lowercase my I'm excited. Yeah, I got to stay all caps, my 3 exclamation points, saying, so little stuff like that, and then once I talked to her, she got it. I sent her a video, she got it, saying? So yeah, what you saw, letting them know your personality, that's very, very important. So I want to ask you this question, because you know what? You say that you came up in the projects. So I want you to, the person you are today, there's somebody that probably just want to tune in that's from the projects, a young king, or a young queen. If you had two jewels that you can say to your project self, what would you tell your project self right now? All the wisdom you got now, what would you go back and tell the project you? Because it's somebody right now in the projects that's like, man, you know what? I don't see, my light is not on, and I don't have no idea how I'm gonna turn it on. What would you say to that person?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say that I was lucky and I really had God on my side. I feel like I had a guardian angel watching over me, because my friends and I wasn't a bad kid, and my friends weren't bad, probably make some bad decisions. And I will tell you this, man, we've seen a lot, and I don't know what I really don't know what I would tell myself, because I am blessed to experience those things, because I feel like it has shaped me to to the person I am today. I will say this: if you want to do something special, you want to do something different, surround yourself around people that will challenge you to get to the next level. I will tell you this, that the people in the projects and in my hood that probably figured they weren't going to go anywhere, this was their home, they ain't trying to do more than what they're doing now, they're living life, they're in the streets, whatever, they looked out for me, because they knew it. I probably didn't even know it at the time. They probably knew I was a little different and I can actually go out and go do something. And so a lot of them, anytime we were like under the overpass, some activity is going down, they would keep me away from it. They would say, hey, Sam, it's not the time for you to come over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Go on about your business, do whatever it is. And, I think that was real, because, I felt like, I could have went anyway, any which way. And, I think too, there were, like I said, some angels just watching out for me, because I'm telling you, I could be in the car with my friends. I'm driving, of course. I'm the only person that actually had a car at the time. So everybody riding with me. And I could tell you, we weren't riding good. So,
Right.
But at the same time too, I would tell myself to be smart, and that this is my thing right here. This is what I would tell myself. And I've still been telling myself to this day, this one thing: you are good enough. You are good enough to do what you love. And, you will do something special in this world. And so my biggest thing is what people have helped me believe. And I was at the Boys and Girls Club in the projects right behind my house, and in my neighborhood. We had camp counselors at the Boys and Girls Club, our counselors, and they made you believe in yourself. They made you, have confidence, because I didn't have that confidence that I have now. I was this shy kid. I didn't want to say anything to anybody. But I had those friends, and so I would always hang out with them. But at the same time, my confidence wasn't there. And find people that will believe in you, and anyone that shows any belief in you, stick around them and ask them, how can you do something different with your life? Because I didn't think I can go to school and graduate. I didn't think I can, to get a great job and have a career. I didn't think I could have a family. I have a beautiful family, and I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I didn't think I can have a home, to buy a home. And let me tell you something. Can I tell you something real quick? I'm closing in.
Talk to us.
And listen, I'm closing on a house right now. Right? I never thought, I have never lived in an own house before. My mom has never had her own house. I promised I'm gonna buy a house when I get to where when I get up here. I'm gonna definitely get her that. But man, I have never lived in an own house. And I thought to this day that it probably would never happen because of the decisions I have made, and because of not understanding financial literacy, all of that good stuff. And I am closing on a house on May 26th. And, I thank God I'm praying for this, but I don't want to jinx anything, but at the same time, it's going to happen. So, and it's a God bless. It is a blessing. And I promise you, I'm going to cry really, really bad on May 26th. So anyhow, but I think that's good enough.
Yeah, that's a blessing. I'm glad you shared that, and I think the thing that you said at the end, the tears of joy, and people don't understand. You hinted because you said your mom never had it, but people don't understand when somebody gets emotional, it's a big, long story behind that. On May 26th, you're going to see everything you've been through. It's a monumental moment for your family. So I salute you. I'm very proud of you. That's big, man. That's big. And something you said, everything that you've been through, it makes you who you are. I'm a firm believer in that. And I love every step of the journey that I've been through. And I think one thing that's important for me, and I share with my mentoring program. Actually, I'm big on speaking things to existence. I'm not scared to say things that's crazy. So I told them it's important for me to the conference. Remember, we talked about impact and income, right? So I started Goalgetta Academy in 2018. So the 2019 class at one of our sessions, I told them, I want them to think outside the box. So you don't just got to be a drug dealer or an entertainer or an athlete to make it, to be successful. I want to show them that you be a multimillionaire as a motivational brand, motivational speaker. So I told them when I become a millionaire, I'm going to give them all $10,000. Now it's more about the goal opposed to the financial. Of course, they're going to love that, but I want to show them that I'm able to attain this goal. So I think it's very, very important that the path you're doing, everything that you're doing, that you share things like you said, as far as buying a house, that's a big stepping stone. But our journey is way bigger than us. We never know who's watching us. So I'm glad I was able to have you on. Before we wrap it up, I want you to give your social media information. And I need to hear, let's go get a podcast with Jay Black. So I got to ask you this question. How important are goals to you?
Goals are important, man. Like if you don't have goals, how can you execute, right? And I just feel like if you have to have a target, if you don't have a target, you're going to hit something. You're probably not going to hit what you really want. And so goals, you can go back. Executing goals is a receipt, proof that you were able to accomplish something. And so when you go back and you look like, okay, this is how I got here because I was able to accomplish these goals. When you don't create those goals, it's hard for you to go back in your life and find out, like, how did I get here? But if you put those goals down and you get those receipts and that track record it's definitely going to put you to get you in the next level. So it's extremely important. Go getters. Yep.
God, and you definitely that. You definitely that. We definitely some goal getters. So I appreciate you coming on, and make sure consultations. He's doing consultations, so definitely tap into him. Give your social media information.
All right. Everything is Seneca Wilson 31. I have Instagram, TikTok. I probably shouldn't be on TikTok, Facebook.
No, they need us everywhere. She supposed to be on there. Actually, you know what? I created one. I gotta start getting busy on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's TikTok for it. So yeah, and I heard you've been doing your thing on there. So that's what's up. That's what's up.
I probably got 5 people watching, but I'm okay with those 5 people.
Actually, the 5 lives. I'm telling you, powerful. And I want to hit on that right there because it's important, right? She said 5 people. So I'm gonna tell you about one person, 1 and 1. This to show you how powerful one voice is. So today, Tyler Perry's a billionaire, but only reason he became a writer is because he was watching the Oprah Winfrey show, and she said it was therapeutic to write down your pain. Now, at the time, he's poor. You know, he's living in down south. But if she wouldn't have chased her dream, that's one person. So one voice is powerful. You know, so that's why it's very important. We never know who's watching this. So definitely, them 5 people, you don't know who them 5 people are gonna become. They might be the next Steve Jobs. You know, we don't know who them 5 people are gonna become, but they watching. They gonna be like, dang, Seneca Wilson. Hey, he took me there. He turned on my light. So yeah. So definitely, bro, keep up the great work, man. I'm honored to be going on this journey with you. You know, I'm looking forward to us coming back, and as we continue to grow in this lane and we become multimillionaires and change billions of lives, we'll look back at the beginning and be like, wow, the pandemic. That was the day we both decided to make that investment, you know, take our lives to the next level. So shout out to definitely, and hey, this is funny how that worked. Ended that saying the next level. Shout out to Jeremy Anderson. Shout out to our guy. Shout out to our guy, Jeremy Anderson. So I appreciate y'all tuning into the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. One thing I want you to understand is that if you can think it, you can achieve it. You know, the word impossible, it says I'm possible. Let me say it again. The word impossible says I'm possible. So I need you to understand that when you have a vision, you have a goal, don't get discouraged if somebody else don't believe in it. God gave you that vision, so you stay excited. You got to water your seeds every single day. Then eventually, I'll guarantee you, they will grow. So I love and believe in you, and always remember. Only person that can stop you is you. Yes. All right, stay on, Seneca. I'm about to end the live, but we got to wrap a little longer.
Okay.